Hello, Dr. Adams. This is my younger brother, Tom, and I'm going to be using him in my saxophone teaching demonstration video. Okay, Tom, so we got the alto saxophone on the case in front of us, and we're going to learn how to put it together, and we're going to make a few notes, and it's going to be a really fun day, okay? So let's go ahead and start by unlatching that case, and as you notice, we have the case with the logo up, so that's how you know the saxophone isn't like upside down. You just wouldn't want that. So go ahead and unlatch it and lift the lid up. Alright, nice job. So we got a lot of parts in here, right? So we're going to go through all the parts and talk about them just a little bit at first. So the first part, if you'll notice right here in the lower left hand corner is that little black like missile looking thing. Just go ahead and take that out and we can talk about it. Okay, so this is the mouthpiece and it's in a cap right now. So if we take it out, this isn't really required. This is just for safety, you know, to keep the mouthpiece intact. So we have the mouthpiece and the ligature. So we're going to go ahead and put that back and we'll talk about it later. I just want to give you an idea of what all the parts are.
Ligature facing me?
Yeah, facing you. Alright, so now this next part right here, so you want to go in there like the crane game and just pick it up like this, and you never want to touch this metal part right here because it's a very fragile piece. So you can hold it like that, and that's the neck, just like your neck, you know, like on your body. Okay, so you can get and put that back. The next part, the biggest part in the whole case, is called the body, and this is where a lot of the saxophone happens. You know, it's got all the buttons and it's where you put your hands and it's where all the sound comes out. So to pick up the body, you want to go like this with your hand and get underneath the belt, and then just use your other hand to kind of support it like this. So you're very secure. You always have two hands on it. So you can go ahead and try and pick that up. Then this is the coolest part. It's really shiny. It's really pretty, and you know it's like the business end of the saxophone. All right, so you can put that back, and we'll get started with actually putting this thing together. So the first thing you want to do is this black part right here. This is called the neck strap. So you can put that on your neck. Yeah. And you just want to do that first just so that it's on there, so when you get the body going, you don't have to worry about juggling stuff. So next thing is this right here. This is called a reed. And if you'll just hold it right there, and then with your other hand, grab the exposed part and just slide it out of the case. Yeah, good job. So you can put the case back in. So now we have the reed out, and you'll notice there's like a really thin part up top. You never want to touch that because it's very fragile. And you have the thicker part down here, which you can't touch. So go ahead and take it from this part, and just put it in just start soaking it just with your saliva, dude. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the neck. So if you can do this while you're soaking the reed, I know it's kind of challenging, but just leave that in your mouth and go ahead and pick up the neck. Well, see, that would be the, what is that part called?
That's the body.
That's the body, yeah. So go ahead and find what's the neck? It's okay, dude. Boom, got it. And so we're going to connect the neck to the mouthpiece. So do you remember what the mouthpiece is?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and grab that and take it out of the cap. Here, I'll help you. Yeah, got you. So the cap, boom. Okay, so hold the neck down there at the bottom and just gently twist the mouthpiece onto this cork part of the neck. Most of the way down. See where it kind of gets a different color? That's where you want to stop. So just go ahead and twist it on until you get to about right there. You think you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So now for the reed placement, I'm going to do it, and then I want you to just copy me, okay?
All right.
So here's what you do. You make sure the ligature screws are pretty loose, facing you, and you just hold it right out in front of you, right? To where the open part of the mouthpiece is facing you. And see where it says all these words? That goes against the mouthpiece. And you never touch the top part, right? So you slide the mouthpiece in from the top, and then you bring the ligature down with it. And then once it gets to about right there, that's when you move the ligature down and tighten it up, okay? So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to let you try. Because this is kind of one of the more tricky parts. So hold it just like I did, with your thumb right here. There you go. And now slide the ligature up, and put the reed in. You might have to slide the ligature up a little bit more so you have some room. Yeah, there you go. Here you go. Yeah, you got it. It's kind of tricky though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Good job. So now you want to slide it all the way down. And make sure the ligature's on there. There you go. Right to about right there. And now you can go ahead and tighten those ligature screws. And then I'll check it out once you get done. Just make sure it's all good and it's tight enough. Alright, dude, good job. So that looks good. So now we can actually play on this, because this is all you need to make a sound, you know, on this.
What's up, loser?
So this is all you need, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and try and make a sound on this. So we'll talk about, there's just a few steps you need to make a sound on the reed and the mouthpiece. So the first step is to take your top teeth and put them into the top of the mouthpiece. This is called anchoring. And you see, if I did it, I look like a chipmunk, like that. So that's what you need to do, okay? Perfect. Now, you take that bottom lip and roll it back underneath the reed. So you can, kind of just like a cushion for your bottom teeth, okay? So you anchor, chipmunk teeth, and then you say ah, ah, and then you take a huge breath, and then you just blow. Oh, yeah. That's an awesome sound, dude. That's such a good sound. If you just do it again, we can just move on, okay? So anchor, ah, ah, inhale. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, you sound really good. Okay, so now we can put the neck back in.
With the mouthpiece on it?
Yeah, with the mouthpiece on it, just in a safe place in the case. That looks good. And now, we're going to go ahead and scoop the body and take it up into our lap. Alright, so that looks good. So you can take the cap that's in the top and just put that back in the case. Nice, because we don't really need that while we're playing. Alright, so go ahead and take this hook and put it right in this loop right here. Yeah, alright, that's good. So now put the saxophone in front of you. Okay, cool. Now we just need to tighten this up a little bit, and I'll help you because this thing's super finicky. Alright, that looks pretty good. So you can sit up straight. Yeah, I might need to loosen it a little bit. Sorry about that. Alright, that looks good. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine the two parts of the horn. So go ahead and take the neck with the mouthpiece on it. Yeah, good job. Picking it up right there. And you see this gap right here? Mm-hmm. So with this screw a little bit loose, you're going to hold the neck towards you. And you see this bar that runs underneath it? They're kind of like a brace. You're going to want that bar to line up with this bar. And just kind of twist it in. I'll hold the saxophone for you while you do it. You might need to go back and forth a little bit. And if it's always too tight, we can just loosen this. So just go side to side until it goes, yeah, slides down. And just line up those bars and then twist that screw tight. Alright, awesome. So now we can talk about hand position. Okay? So let's talk about hand position, because that's very important. You got to hold it with two hands, basically at all times, because you have to be very careful with this. Even though you have the neck strap on, it's not totally secure, right? So the left hand, the thumb will go right on this black button. That's great, dude. And then your right thumb, so we'll just talk about thumbs right now. Your right thumb, this hook right here. It's a big hook, you can't miss it. Alright, so now you feel supported, kind of hold by that. So now we got to talk about your fingers. So your left hand fingers, you see these pearls? Mm-hmm. These are where you're going to put your fingers. So go this one right here, and then your middle finger, and then your ring finger. Alright, cool. And that's all we need to do. We won't really, you can just lay your hands down right here. Don't press any buttons, just don't worry about it really. So we have the thumb, the first three fingers, and the hook thumb. Okay, so now, will you hold down your first finger? Alright, you're on the right one. So do you know what note this is?
No.
This is B, okay? This is the note B. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play B. So using the same ideas we talked about when playing just on the neck, we can make a note on the whole saxophone. So anchor, yeah. And then make sure you're going to roll it under. Oh, and here's something that's really important, dude. When you play saxophone, you want the neck parallel to the ground, okay? So there you go. So we might need to loosen it up a little bit for you. Because unlike on clarinet, where you would want this, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you'd want it at that angle. There you go, that looks better. So now, just anchor, chipmunk teeth, take a huge breath, say ah, ah, inhale. Yeah, that's awesome. You're really not having any production issues as far as like tone. So I think we can just move on to the next note, which is if you press down 1 and 2. So this is A. Alright, so go ahead and just anchor, ah, ah. Inhale, ah. Yeah. So don't take the squeak as a bad sign. It might just be how much mouthpiece you're taking. So I think the reason you squeaked there was because you took too much mouthpiece into, you bit way down here. So you want to bite right at the sweet spot where you're getting all the notes come out. So let's play A again. Okay, anchor, inhale. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. You sound really good. So now we can move on to the third and final note that we'll talk about today, which is, that's good. It's G. So now we have B, A, G. So go ahead and try and play G. Take it. Chipmunk key. Big breath. Okay. So the G should actually be a lower note, but you jumped the octave up. So let's just try it again. And make sure you don't take as much mouthpiece this time. That looks good right there. So let's try it again. Ready? Anchor, inhale. Yeah, so you notice how you just kind of jumped up the octave? That can happen if you're pinching too hard, getting too closed off, because that's what the saxophone does, it goes up in octaves. So now I think we can try and play a tune. So do you know Hot Cross Buns?
I know the rhythm.
Okay, so it goes B, A, G, B, A, G. Just try those two phrases. So let's do the fingers together. Right, one, don't play. Ready, go. B, A, G. All right, cool. So go ahead and try that phrase. I'll count you in. 1, 2, ready. All right, cool. That sounds great, dude. You're doing a really good job. And
is it okay to rest the saxophone down here, or should you keep it elevated?
You want to try and hold it because this promotes you holding it down at that angle. So because we really want it to be parallel to the ground at all times to have the best sound, right? So the more you can hold it out in front of you, the better. If you're getting really tired, you can sit there when you're not playing. But when you're playing, you want it up here. Okay. So do you know the second phrase to the Hot Cross Buns?
I do.
So yeah. So let's go. So now we're gonna play a bunch of notes. We're gonna play eighth notes on the G, and then on the A, and then we're gonna play the beginning phrase again. So we go G G G G A B A G. And so this is the only reason I'm going so far in this song is because you sound so good already, and I don't think we need to talk about the super basic stuff because you're not squeaking and you're getting a lot of the right notes. So. Just for fun, let's try the second phrase and see what happens, okay? So, let's do the fingers. Ready, go. G, 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 A, B, A, G. Alright, cool. You want to try it? 1, 2, anchor. B, G, 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 A, Alright, cool. We just kind of did that just to see what playing eighth notes is like. So I don't think in the first lesson we really need to talk about articulation and all that. I think you sound really good. We got 3 notes down. You've played on the neck. We've assembled the horn. You've done a lot. You sound really good. So all you need to do is practice caring for the horn and getting those first notes. And don't forget to play on the neck because that can really help you get your tone to be more centered. Okay. So now we can take the horn apart. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to unscrew this right here and put the neck and mouthpiece back in the case. This is just the reverse order of everything we did. Yeah, you can just pull up on it a little bit. Here, let me help you out. Alright, there it goes. So you can get and set that. I'll set that in the case for you. And unhook yourself from the body. And holding it by the bell and the back of it, go ahead and lay it back in the case like we found it. Alright, great job. So now we're going to disassemble the neck and the mouthpiece. Oh, you know what? Here we go. So always remember to put the cap back in the top. Go ahead and take the neck and the mouthpiece back up, and we're going to disassemble that. So start by holding it in a safe spot on the neck and unscrewing the mouthpiece. Yeah, you can hold it from up here if you go like that and don't really just crush that key because it's very important. Yeah, don't forget to twist. Do the twisting motion. That'll help. So when I just take it from right here, and you just twist and pull up at the same time, just like that. Okay. So now go ahead and put the neck back in the case. Perfect. Okay, now unscrew the ligature a little bit and pop the reed out so we can put it back in its case. Yeah, make sure you unscrew both screws evenly. And see if that's loose enough to just push the reed out. So it can help if you lift up the ligature a little bit higher on the mouthpiece, like this, and then the reed just slides out. Alright? So go ahead and put the... Here, I'll hold the reed for you before we put that away. So take the mouthpiece cap, and so go ahead and put the mouthpiece back in the mouthpiece cap, just like that. You see how the ligature lines up through that? Yeah, there you go. And put that back in the spot in the case. And the final thing we do is take the reed, and I'll show you with this reed I have right here. So you take the open end facing the right, and you grab it down here in the corner. And then you grab the thick part of the reed, and you just put it in at an angle like that, and then the rest just slides in to the top. You line it up. There you go. Alright, so let's put that back in our case. And the final thing, you don't want to look silly and walk around with the neck strap on all day. I've seen that before. So go ahead and take the neck strap off, and put it back in the case. And then close it up and latch it, and great job, Tom.
Thank you.
We're done, man. Good job.